we're going to cover social signals. Most of us know what social signals are, but for those that don't, they're basically people's appreciation of your content in the way of a like, share, pin, tweet, Google+, etc. from the popular social platforms such as Facebook, Google+, Twitter, Pinterest. Now these are the 4 main ones, and although there are a ton of others, your efforts really should be focused on these. Now, contrary to popular belief, social signals don't really or directly help you rank. Initially, back in 2010, Google said that they were a ranking factor, but they've since admitted that they don't actually affect rank position at all. There is talk that these signals can affect a page's authority, but there's no evidence of this. But then again, Google doesn't provide any information on this regards to their PageRank algorithm. But it doesn't seem to affect this from what I can tell. So you could argue, what's the point of getting social signals? Well, social signals do provide a ranking factor to Google in a roundabout way. Although they aren't a direct ranking factor, they are so in an indirect way. And that is traffic. Let me explain. Google is able, by multiple means, to know who is accessing your page or site. They're able to determine how long they remain on any page of your site and know where these visitors have come from to your page. Now, have you ever wondered why Google have invested huge amounts of money in giving you Gmail, Google+, YouTube and other Google products free of charge? Well, it's because they want people to be logged into them. When people are logged into their accounts, they usually remain logged in, because it's easier to remain logged into Google for convenience. This means that Google is able to spy on you, so that they can achieve their data collection objectives. Now, yes, they do monetize YouTube and Gmail, but their main purpose is for data acquisition. Okay, back to the social signal side of things. As Google know all about your traffic you get, then you should try and get backlinks on the best sites that send the best traffic. And the best sites are where you get the best referral traffic, and the best referral traffic is highly relevant traffic. And social platforms such as Facebook, Twitter and Google Plus provide that. So this is why social signals are good to have. Incidentally, guest posts on high-quality sites can achieve the same thing with regards to high-quality referral traffic, and you also get the kickback of a great backlink, but more on that in another module. Now, it's true to say that some things Google just keeps plain secret. One of those secret factors is Google's own social platform, and also Twitter. Why does Google have its own social platform? Why did Google strike up a deal with Twitter so that they can have direct access to their API so as to enable real-time monitoring of tweets and retweets? Well, we don't know for sure why this would be the case, other than to monitor real-time social activity. Now, if they can monitor real-time social signals, it means that they have the ability to access the true popularity of a site or a page. And if in fact Google are spinning a yarn, and in fact social signals are a ranking factor, then it would be Google Plus and Twitter signals that would count. Because these are the only signals that Google can monitor in real time. The others Google will only be aware of once it crawls the page. And this is not accurate enough for social signals, according to Google. Let's piece the entire picture together that we've available to us. We can see the real value that real social activity can give a site with sensational content in terms of targeted traffic. We can see the ranking factor the page gets from the amount of targeted traffic accessing the page and the time those visitors spend on the site. Then there's the real-time monitoring of the social signals that enable Google to determine if the page or content is truly rank-worthy. If it is rank-worthy, the page should accumulate a growing level of social signals. The weekly numbers don't have to be huge, but ideally they should be present, And if they are not present for your page, but for the same search phrases are present for other sites, then something doesn't add up and may raise a red flag at Google's end regarding the quality of your content and even your SEO practices, possibly. Now, I'm not saying that this is the case, but it is something that Google could easily orchestrate. Okay, so how many social signals do you need then? Well, as a guide, the best way is to find out how many on average your competition are getting. So let's have a look. Let's see how to gauge the level of social signals you should do for your site. Let's say this is your main search phrase, for example. Have a look at the top ranking page. Have a look at the middle ranking page and the one at the bottom of the first page in Google. We want to see what level of social signals these pages have. Open each one of these up. The first one I've got here is a WikiHow page. Copy this URL and open up the social popularity tool. You'll find the URL under this video for this tool. Add the URL into this box here and click Run Tool. Then you'll see that these numbers here are the social signals that have come to this page. So make a note of that and then do the one that's ranking in the middle of the first page of Google. Have a look at these and now have a look at the one in the middle. You can see that there's less signals there. And then do the one that's at the bottom of the first page of Google. Now we see it's just a handful of signals. So if you take an average from those three sites, you'll then be able to determine the level of social signals that you should be getting to your site that's acceptable as far as Google's concerned, that won't raise any red flags. And that's the best way to deal with that. If you create a rank-worthy piece of content in a heavy niche and you market that content very well and get a good number of quality backlinks over time, it is possible to rank initially without any or many social signals. This is fine, by the way, because Google knows that you can't really get these social signals until your site gets more traffic. However, when you are ranking, you will either naturally get a good number of social signals because you have amazing content, or if your content is poor to average and you have forced your site to rank in Google, then you won't naturally be getting any social signals. If this is your case, you can either leave the social signals aspect and not worry about it, or you will have to artificially create those social signals. The best thing that you can do, in my opinion, is to rewrite it and create sensational content and acquire the social signals naturally. This is better than creating artificial social signals. If, however, you'd like to create them artificially with least effort, then you might want to consider using a service called followlight.net, which we'll cover in the next video. Finally, let's discuss which kind of sites need social signals. Let's take a look then at local sites and national, international sites in the niches. I've got the first one here, which is Accountant Washington DC. So the purpose of this exercise is to have a look to see what kind of social signals a local site or local sites get compared to national or international niches. Accountant Washington. Okay, it's a local niche. It doesn't matter what the service is, it's the fact that it's a local service. You hire an accountant or you hire a plumber, an electrician. The thing is, whether they do a good job or not, when they finish, you're probably not going to go back to their site and like or +1 their service. It's just not something that you naturally do. So as a result, local services don't tend to get many social signals. It's just the way it is. Let's go and prove that then. Accountant Washington DC. I'm going to have a look at the first listing in a number of exercises. So this is the site on that listing, and if we look at the social popularity tool, the social media tool, there's the URL, and you see there's just a handful of of signals. There's hardly any really. Let's have a look at another one. We've got personal injury lawyer Denver, much more competitive local phrase search in a very competitive niche. There's the site. Here are the signals. Hardly any again. If you're running a local based business, you don't need many social signals because they just don't happen naturally. That's the thing. Let's have a look at another one. We've got electrician Los Angeles. So let's have a look at Powell Electric. There's the site. Here's the URL in the popularity tool. Again, just a handful of signals. Let's now have a look at an international phrase. Make money blogging. Now this is a completely different story because people who will come to this website will get informed while they're on the site. So therefore, while they're on the site, they can respond socially to that site, if there's buttons on the site, for example, to make it easy. So they would respond to that, how they felt about the site. Sites like this are niches where the user gets the benefit of visiting the site at the time of being on the site, are going to have high social signals if the content quality is there. So let's go and have a look how this works out. I've opened up the first one here. This is the page itself. This is what the social popularity tool brings back. So now we've got hundreds of social signals. Big difference compared to the local sites which the user doesn't get the benefit of the service until the service is completed. Whereas if it's this site, for example, the reader can get the benefits of the content, if it's a quality piece of content, while they're still on the site, and therefore they can respond there and then. That's why local phrases, local search niches don't get the social signals, but national and international do. If you can fulfill the searcher's desire for the reason why they're searching there and then you get the social signals. Let's have a look then at another one. We've got how to become a freelance writer. I've opened this one up. This is the site. This is the URL. Now we've got a few hundred. Let's have a look at another one. This time we're going to look at a very big one. This is a big niche, the muscle building niche. Now the phrase itself might not have a huge number of visitors, but this URL here is probably going to be visible for a huge number of searches. This is the site. This is the result from the social popularity tool. So we've got thousands and thousands of social signals. This is a highly marketed site. This level of social signals will be a result of huge numbers of backlinks and proactive linking. So it's a very professional site. Just gives you an idea of the level of competition you're up against. So remember, if you have a local business site, you don't really need any social signals. And if you have a site with a national or international search phrase, you should really have some. So a good starting point is to find the average social signals of those sites on the first page of Google for your main search phrase and have that number as your goal. If the number of signals are huge and your content is poor or average, then you should really rewrite your content and create sensational content because you wouldn't realistically be able to attain or maintain the level of social activity to show a natural social signal to backlink ratio. If you redo your content so that it's great, you can start the signals off artificially if you want to. And when you have promoted the page by SEO to the first page of Google, you should naturally get those social signals that you're looking for.